Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to all Java developers around the world. It is my huge pleasure to welcome you to Microsoft JDConf2024. I'm Bruno Borges, and I've been a Java developer for 24 years, and I've seen how things have evolved in the Java world. And it's been an exciting time spending 5 of those last years here at Microsoft. This is the third time Microsoft is hosting JDConf, a Java developer conference that mixes community speakers, Microsoft engineers, and partners. It is an awesome privilege to be here connecting with all Java developers around the world. It's not just about giving us tools, it's about creating an environment where we can really shine, innovate, and even disrupt a few things. And today, we are taking it a step further by welcoming Java speakers to share their experiences, insights, and the latest innovation in AI. We've put together an exciting agenda with 20 sessions led by Java experts of different areas. JDConf runs across 3 time zones so that all developers at every corner of the world have a chance to learn. Whether you're looking to level up your skills or learn the latest trends, there is something here for you. Stay tuned and discover practical ways to apply on your projects right now. For Americas, Teresa Mamorella from IBM will share with us everything we need to know about Project Valhalla, an exciting project in OpenJDK that is set to revolutionize how the JVM handles objects in memory. For Europe, Liz Reyes from OpenTide will talk about LangChain for J, and Rory from Microsoft will cover Semantic Kernel for Java, 2 of the best Java libraries to integrate AI into your applications. And finally, for Asia, we have Josh Long from Broadcom to talk about beautiful Spring Boot 3 and how can Java developers build together the next generation of Spring applications. Of course, that is not all. We also have other speakers and presentations from other Microsoft teams and our partners like Red Hat, Azure Systems, Docker, and customers like Citibank. We are very excited to have all of you here with us at JDConf 2024. Here's some helpful resources to immerse yourself more in the Java community. Go to jdconf.com and see all the agenda of the conference throughout all the 3 time zones. Sign up for the Cloud Skills Challenge and climb on the leaderboard. We can't wait to hear your thoughts. Share your feedback with us on social media by using the hashtag JDConf. Now, I'm thrilled to invite Julia Liuson, President of Microsoft Developer Division and GitHub. Leading the Microsoft Developer Division, Julia has been involved with Microsoft's investments in becoming a Java powerhouse since the beginning of Microsoft Azure Cloud. Let's dive in and hear what Julia has to share about Java at Microsoft.
Thank you, Bruno. Hi, everyone. I'm Julia Liuson. I'm the president of Microsoft Developer Division and GitHub. We build the tools and infrastructure that powers every developer at Microsoft. I'm thrilled to be with you today to talk about how every Java developer can stay in the developer flow and focus on what matters the most, leveraging the power of Microsoft technology and AI. At Microsoft, our mission is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. We have put developers first since day one. Our efforts have yielded some of the most loved coding solutions like Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code. With Visual Studio product family attracting over 38 million monthly active users. We have also established GitHub as the home to the world's largest developer community of over 100 million developers. And over 95% of the Fortune 500 customers trust Microsoft Azure for their business. As you can imagine, at Microsoft, we have a significant team of developers and IT professionals dedicated to creating cutting-edge solutions every day. Essentially, we serve as the first users of our own services, ensuring they meet the high standards that our customers have come to expect from us. What's more, we're here to power up Java developers like you, making your coding life easier and more enjoyable. Our commitment to Java has been growing for more than a decade, sparked by the voices of developers back in 2008, calling for a Java engagement in our ecosystem. Today, it's amazing to see over 2.5 million Java developers harnessing the power of Visual Studio Code to bring their code to life. On GitHub, Java has consistently been a top language for the past decade. a true testament to its enduring popularity and versatility. And when it comes to Azure OpenAI, Java is right up there as one of the most used languages, leading the charge in cutting-edge AI development. We are thrilled to support the Java ecosystem, providing the tools and platforms that you need to innovate and succeed. We are not just supporting Java developers. We're running on Java too. Today, with over 2.5 million JVMs running Microsoft's production workload, Java is at the heart of many of Microsoft's key operations. For instance, since joining Microsoft family in 2016, LinkedIn has been leveraging Java at the epic scale, managing 5 trillion messages and 5 petabytes of data daily on its Apache Kafka clusters. On Minecraft realms, we have seen peaks of up to 100,000 VMs per day through Azure PlayFab service. Beyond LinkedIn and Minecraft, Microsoft's Bing search engine and Azure's infrastructure also uses Java extensively in a variety of different ways. And as you can see from the numbers on the slide, the volume is quite significant. To truly support Java developers, our efforts span 3 critical areas simultaneously: community, our product offerings in dev tools and services, and the broader partner and ecosystem. We are dedicated to enhancing your Java experience, and we're actively involved with key community organizations like the Java Community Process, the Eclipse Foundation, and the Apache Foundation, all to make Java even better. We have a specialized team focused on the Microsoft build of OpenJDK, ensuring it's optimized for the Java workload on Azure and tailored to meet a variety of different internal requirements, all while continuously improving and contributing improvements back to the OpenJDK project. We're truly thankful for the trust and collaboration extended by these community engagement and organizations. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Josh Long, a leading figure in the Spring community. He's here to share his ideas and enthusiasm for the Spring ecosystem. Welcome, Josh.
Hi, Spring fans. Look at us. We're all here together, a community. And there's never been a better time to be a Java and Spring developer. We live in an age of unparalleled access to amazing technology. Java 21 just dropped, offering virtual threads that provide hitherto unthinkable scale with next to no code changes. Graalvm native images give us lightning fast startup and lightweight RAM footprint. And of course, AI, the freaking singularity is here. So now, these days, you've got lightning fast Spring Boot applications that scale both down to 0 and up to hero, and you want to get it to production. Well, this couldn't be easier than with Microsoft Azure. And all of this is for the community and by the community. It's a virtuous cycle. Nowhere is that collaboration more evident than in the enduring alliance between Microsoft and Tanzu by Broadcom. We're doing really cool things together. The collaboration goes beyond just merging efforts in various strategic investments and product launches, like the introduction of Azure Spring Apps Enterprise, built together by Microsoft Azure and Tanzu by Broadcom. It also includes significant contributions to the Spring community. And what truly excites me is the commitment to continuous innovation. There's never been a better time to be a Java and Spring developer. We released Spring Boot 3.2 with support for all of the aforementioned things. And of course, I'll be talking about it here at JDConf, so I hope you'll join me for that. Spring Cloud for Azure, a joint effort between the Spring team and Microsoft, provides a really powerful toolbox to leverage all the amazing services provided on Microsoft Azure in the idioms familiar to a Spring Boot developer. And last year at Spring One, our own developer show, we introduced Spring AI. And in the same breath, we announced the Microsoft OpenAI Azure support for Spring AI with Microsoft on our keynote stage. AI is a huge deal. Most people don't need to develop their own models in the same way that most people don't need to develop their own SQL databases. They just need to know that they have a model that they can trust and with which they can integrate. There's a whole pipeline involved in connecting your data to an AI to inform the responses that you get from it. We call this RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. And Spring AI helps you with all of that. And it does it in a way that's familiar to Spring Boot users with auto configuration and smart heuristics. The Java ecosystem is crushing it. There's never been a better time to be a Java and Spring developer. Building super fast, integrated, AI-ready, scalable applications and getting them to production has never been this easy. I hope you enjoy your journey to production with Spring, Cloud, and AI. Thank you, and happy coding, everyone.
Thank you, Josh. As you can see, we are fully committed to the success of the Java community. And we think a lot about how to make Java developers' life easier and make it faster for Java developers to build applications. We have many exciting new capabilities to show you in our DevTools, AI, and cloud product portfolios. From a tooling perspective, GitHub Copilot is a game changer in the developer tool space. Developers using GitHub Copilot have a much faster time in completing their tasks. Some research has shown up to 55% faster than developers who aren't using GitHub Copilot. We brought Java to Visual Studio Code, and we have Playwright for Java to easily test your web applications. Java is not just another language, it's a powerhouse in AI, renowned for its strength, versatility, and global reach. And AI is reshaping the way developers work. We're making huge investment to help support Java developers on their journey to AI, such as Azure OpenAI client libraries for Java, contributions to LangChain for Java and Spring AI, Java Intelligent Apps patents, and collaboration with our Java SDK team for semantic kernel. And when it comes to cloud, Azure has got your back with Azure Spring Apps, Container Apps, Azure Kubernetes Services, App Services, and more cloud services designed to meet you wherever you are in your cloud journey. GitHub Copilot has been a revolution for developer productivity, and that includes Java developers. I would love to recap our recent GitHub Copilot announcement in early March of this year, where we announced the general availability of JetBrains Chat, broadening Copilot Chat's reach to another IDE, IntelliJ. This milestone follows our successful GA releases for Visual Studio Code and Visual Studio last December. So let's talk about some of the key features that we have. Like GitHub Copilot Chat in Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code, GitHub Copilot Chat in JetBrains is fueled by GPT-4. This contextually aware tool provides real-time guidance within the IDE, enhancing developers' productivity by offering precise and relevant suggestions tailored to their specific coding scenarios. Another power of GitHub Copilot is your ability to ask questions in your preferred language. Developers can effortlessly communicate in their natural language, whether it's German, Portuguese, or something else. Copilot automatically adapts to the user's natural language input. And all of these capabilities really provides comprehensive coding assistance, whether it's discussing complex coding concepts, identifying security vulnerabilities, or creating unit tests. Copilot Chat empowers developers to innovate swiftly and efficiently. Java developers using IntelliJ can now supercharge their coding experiences with GitHub Copilot Chat. Copilot Chat, powered by GPT-4, offers real-time guidance, enabling developers to write high-quality Java code with ease. Okay, it's time to look at the demo.
GitHub Copilot is a mature and trusted AI pair programmer used by more than 1 million developers, and now it's available in IntelliJ and the latest suite of IDEs from JetBrains. It's fantastic at inspecting your code, including natural language comments, and predicting what you need next. And if it doesn't give you what you want first time, it'll work with you, ultimately making you more productive. And now with GitHub Copilot Chat, it truly feels like I'm working with a pair programmer. For example, I can ask general programming questions like, what are some best practices for storing passwords in Java? Copilot lets me know, and in this case, it even provided some sample code I could use. I have some password validation code already, but it's a regular expression, and those are not easy to interpret at a glance. In IntelliJ, I can now ask GitHub Copilot Chat to explain any code I'm unfamiliar with, even if it's a regular expression. Copilot Chat is also great for helping you with documentation. Using the /doc command, it will create comments explaining what my code does. And even better, I can even get help writing tests for the code I'm looking at. Copilot is smart enough to understand from the code and comments exactly what I'm looking to test and can help me implement them. It can even suggest tests that I might be missing. GitHub is the AI-powered platform that helps your teams write more secure, better documented and better tested code faster than ever before. The plugin is available now for everyone with GitHub Copilot. Install it from the JetBrains Marketplace today.
We take our commitment to your success very seriously and have invested in the end-to-end cloud experiences for Java developers. Whether you're using Spring or any of the popular Java frameworks and application middleware, Azure supports them natively with tight integration into the rest of the platform and partner services. With Azure Spring Apps, you can implement any application architecture, from monoliths to containerized applications, all the way to completely microservice-based apps. We had partnered with Oracle, launching jointly developed solutions for Oracle WebLogic Server on Azure VMs and on Azure Kubernetes Service. And we have also collaborated with IBM for WebSphere Application Server, WebSphere Liberty, and Open Liberty on Azure. Red Hat JBoss EAP is another popular platform, and on Azure, we enable you to deploy your Java EE or Jakarta EE applications on Azure with integrated support from both companies. Last but not least, if you work on Tomcat, with Azure App Service, you can quickly build, deploy, and scale your Tomcat web applications on a fully managed Linux-based infrastructure. Besides the partnerships, we also provide seamless integration with your favorite Java framework and IDEs. For example, you can easily bring your Spring Boot application to Azure and can deploy your applications using Maven or plugins in your IDE, such as IntelliJ, Eclipse, or VS Code. Once your app is up and running, you can continuously integrate and deploy app updates, auto-scale your apps, while taking advantage of the full suite of Microsoft services, such as GitHub, the Microsoft Builder Open JDK, VS Code, and Azure. We empower thousands of customers to run their business using Java. Over the years, we have helped Java customers in every industry to land on Azure. One such customer who runs their Java apps on Azure at a massive scale is Bosch. Bosch's story with Microsoft Azure really showcases a pioneering approach to Java-based supply chain efficiencies. Bosch's IoT team developed Track and Trace. It's a Java-based solution to enhance supply chain transparency and provides real-time goods location data. Track and Trace has moved to Azure, specifically Azure Spring Apps, a fully managed service for running Spring Boot applications. Switching to a managed platform freed Bosch engineers from infrastructure maintenance so they can really focus on what they do best and respond more quickly to customer needs. In addition, Azure provides end-to-end health metrics and insights that the Bosch team didn't have before, making it significantly easier to operate this powerful, interconnected service. The Track and Trace system utilizes 15 microservices on Azure Spring Apps, which work seamlessly with their existing Spring Boot and Eclipse-driven framework and requires minimal adjustment. They follow the best practices in the landing zone accelerator references architecture to ensure the microservices can easily communicate with other resources within Azure. They use Azure Application Gateway to accept incoming traffic from the devices and check that requests are valid before routing them to Azure Spring Apps. The migration also included 250 gigabytes of relational on-prem data they moved into Azure SQL. This way, Bosch was able to migrate apps dependencies as fast as the apps. Bosch's customer, Power BI, delivers relevant information in the form of charts, dashboards, and reports. Leveraging Java on Azure, Bosch has propelled its digital transformation, optimized their supply chain efficiencies, and fostered innovation. I know developers love hands-on experiences. Next, let's welcome Mark to walk you through a brilliant demo where Java unlocks the power of AI for a retail e-bike fitness store.
Thank you, Julia. As developers, we created a variety of applications that drive the success of our organizations. The example I'll share today resembles many of those apps and uses a portfolio of services to deliver a great experience to our customers looking to buy a quality bicycle and accessories. To accomplish this task, we need proven tools and a robust, versatile platform. As a proof of concept, and maybe just to show off a little bit, we've built various component services using different languages and tool chains, even incorporating some Python, JavaScript, and .NET. Foundational to all of it is Azure Spring Apps, which supports all of these offerings. But of course, it truly shines with Java and Spring Boot and AI. Let's take a look. This is a high-level view of our application's architecture. All customer interactions begin with in transit the Spring Cloud Gateway, which acts as the point of entry, balances the load, and routes requests for optimal performance. The front end is a Node.js application that uses the combined backend services to provide a rich, responsive user experience. As noted earlier, the backend services are built using a variety of languages and toolchains, all deployed to Azure Spring Apps. Several Azure services support the apps, including Entra ID authentication and authorization, Postgres for data storage, Azure Key Vault to securely store and supply secrets, plus best-in-class automation and monitoring solutions. The secret ingredient is an AI assistant built with Spring AI and Azure OpenAI that cheerfully answers our customers' questions and helps them purchase the products that will make them the happiest. Here is a behind-the-scenes look at our services that compose our application. And just as we expected, everything is running smoothly. Now let's take a quick tour of the Acme Fitness store. Here we see a very stylish homepage showing a small selection of our inventory, a navigation menu, and more. Let's begin by logging into the application using Entra ID, made simple and secure by the magic of Azure Active Directory. Next, let's take a closer look at these beautiful bicycles and accessories. Wow, there are so many choices. Let's ask our AI assistant for some help. I'm looking for an e-bike. We'll ask which bikes are e-bikes. And we see we have some choices here. I kind of like the look of this one. So let's go ahead and click on the Agile EM 9X. Let's see, it's a high-performance e-bike designed for riders seeking speed and endurance. I like the sound of that. Let's ask a few questions, like what kind of battery? Because this is very important. We want to be able to get out to some really cool trails and maybe have some help getting back after we've ridden those hard trails. So according to this, it's equipped with a high-capacity battery. It's a removable integrated battery, extended range compatible. It comes with a 625 watt-hour Power 2 battery. Now that's pretty good, right? But I would like to know if there's any way that, if we have a long day of riding, I wonder if there's any way to add, is there a way to add a battery? Because there's nothing worse than just running out of energy before you get home, right? And we find that, yes, there is. It's extended range compatible. We can add an additional high capacity 500 watt hour battery. So that actually is almost doubling our range. That's really nice. But now the other question that we really need to know, how fast does it go? The burning questions, right? According to this, it can go up to 28 miles per hour or 45 kilometers per hour. I'm sold already. So let's go ahead and add that to our cart. It sounds really good. Let's go take a look here. And of course, the only question that remains in my mind is how long will it take for my order to arrive? And can we get out and get riding? And according to our Fit Assist, it looks like 3 to 7 business days for free shipping. We can upgrade that if we want, but I think a week is fine, less than a week. We'll go with that. I'm sold. I'll finish that purchase in just a moment, but for now, it's time to wrap up. In our short time together, we've seen how AI is a force multiplier in developing and fielding our business-critical applications. Thanks to Java, Spring Boot, and GitHub Copilot for building, GitHub Actions and Azure Spring Apps for deploying, and Spring AI and Azure OpenAI for taking it to the next level, the future is now. And we're here to help you make the most of it. Welcome to JDConf.
Before we wrap up, I want to direct you to the Java on Azure page on the Microsoft Learn website. It's a great spot to boost your skills with some reading and interactive learning modules. Java developers, you're part of the biggest, most vibrant, diverse, and innovative developer community on the planet. We're rooting for your success. No matter where you are in your code to cloud adventure, we're here to support you every step of the way. Together, let's shape the future of Java. Thank you and happy coding.